AI security, Teams weirdness, safer logins, and Bugmageddon. This is MacVoices. Today's edition of MacVoices is brought to you by the MacVoices Dispatch, our weekly newsletter. Visit macvoices.com/newsletter today, sign up, and stay up to date. Security researchers say they discovered a new way of circumventing Apple's state-of-the-art security tech, and then Apple's security has been tough to crack. Mythos helped find a way in. And the way I read these articles, bottom line is there were some vulnerabilities discovered that were previously unknown, and Apple has moved or is moving to patch them pretty quickly. But I think it was the Wall Street Journal article that has tried to coin the term Bugmageddon. That everything is going to, the AIs are going to find all these bugs, and all of a sudden, all you tech support people out there are going to be tasked with patching the bugs faster than ever before. Because there was also some discussion I heard on another podcast, sorry, I don't remember where, that talked about, maybe it was, I won't say, but that now, also with the use of AI, once these bugs are discovered or these holes are discovered, they can be turned into exploits even faster by using AI. So that means that the fixes are going to have to be built and deployed even faster. Hence Bugmageddon.
We'll see.
Marty, you got this grin on your face that worries me.
Weren't all computers supposed to stop in the year 2000? I mean,
they?
this seems like the same type of paranoid sensationalism that I'm surprised. Well, maybe I'm not, that the Wall Street Journal has engaged in. It just seems a little ridiculous. I don't know.
Marty, I agree with you on the year 2000 thing, but that felt like people, honest to God, didn't know. But here, you're seeing it happen. I mean, a few weeks ago, we talked about that one of the AIs found in one of the most secure languages out there, or operating systems out there, it found a whole host of bugs that hadn't been discovered in all the years that it had been in use. It also doesn't seem to be a big jump to say, okay, if now I know that hole is there, now I can figure out how to exploit it even faster. And so, and that means that, I as a user, I'm going to want those things patched faster than ever before too. So I give somebody credit for coming up with a cute little buzzword, but I do think it just points to how much faster things are moving, and now this is just one more aspect of that rapidity.
I haven't seen anything terrible that happened from those 27-year-old bugs being found.
No, you're right, Jim. You're right. At least not that we know of. Not that anybody's reported. Barry says, I will survive. But Barry says, I will survive the Bugmageddon thing. Glad to hear it, Barry.
Okay, Chuck,
Sorry,
first
Jeff.
off, never use that term again.
Okay.
Just...
I actually agree with
it's
Jeff.
like Beetle. Yeah, it's like Beetlejuice. Don't say it 3 times in a row.
Right. Yeah, it is straight up about the stupidest term I've heard in a really long time. I do not give them credit. I give them blame for coming up with that. Okay, so
Wow.
I haven't actually read the Wall Street Journal article because paywalls, and I actually didn't care to read it because I checked out the actual report from the security team that found this, the Big Apple, oh my God, security bug thing. And okay, so my take is, without having read the Wall Street Journal piece, whoever wrote it doesn't actually understand what's going on in this space already. And this is like new holy forking shirtballs. The sky is falling stuff.
Wait, a reporter didn't understand what he was writing about?
I know.
That has never happened before or ever.
Or since, yeah.
Or since. Jim, this is why I checked first to make sure you're sitting down before I made that statement, because I didn't want you to fall over in shock.
And not drinking any milk.
Right. Yeah. And I don't want you to get the vapors. Yeah. And anyhow, this whole battle of AI, and Marty, I saw what you made, and Marty. Anyhow, what's been going on with AI tools in the security space has been a cat and mouse game for years. What we're seeing right now is no different, really, like on a fundamental level. What's different is that we're seeing it from a more public-facing, consumer-facing side. And since it's a new thing for people, they're kind of freaking out. And I can appreciate that, because this is a new thing. And you have the Wall Street Journal writing articles where they come up with these horrible terms that are probably going to stick and will annoy me for the rest of my life. The tools that are being used to find these flaws are the same tools that are being used to find the flaws. And what I mean by that is the good guys and the bad guys both have access to the tools. The good guys are working to patch things before the bad guys find them. And then the bad guys are looking to find things to exploit before the good guys patch them. This is a battle that's been going on for decades, and that's not going to change. So I wouldn't freak out about what's happened here and the role that Mythos has played in this. And over time, I think that the sensationalism that's going along with these reports will get shifted to something else, because there will be some other squirrel sort of thing that comes up that grabs the media's attention, and they will run with that.
I agree with Jeff. I would say that the concern, and this is outside of AI, but AI is probably not going to make it any better, is all the devices that can't be patched. But it's not very exciting, in terms of selling newspapers or whatever it is they're doing now. It's not that, getting clicks to, hyperventilate about, some wall wart is going to take over the world. But that's probably a bigger problem.
The one thing I think is good about this is that there are people in management at some companies that question not the value of AI, but the value of increasing some budgets for AI. And I think there's some validity here. I mean, look, we're seeing everything else, the speed of so many things ramp up. And so this is something that needs to be, at least folks need to be aware of, that the AI can be used for this. It's not a big surprise, as Jeff said, but now it has more visibility. So now maybe the folks in the C-suite need to be aware of this and take it seriously, especially when it comes to my private data and your private data. I don't want somebody saying, and I know companies that, they continue to perceive themselves as, well, we're secure. We don't have to worry about any of these hackers. And yet they've done nothing to protect themselves or my data or your data. So, Bugmageddon, Jeff.
Holy fucking shitballs. Hey, Chuck.
Yes.
Underpants.
Oh, my. So is this a tragedy or what? X accounts are now limited to 50 posts and 200 replies a day unless they pay for a blue check mark.
Could they do that with True Social accounts?
Well, I used to be pretty active on Twitter, and I don't think I came ever came anywhere near what those numbers. That's
Jim, you read my mind. That's exactly what I thought when I saw this.
I don't either.
So
did.
is this? I mean, the only logical thing you can think of is this is aimed at the bots.
okay.
Or the leader of the free world, but one
yeah.
of the same.
Yes.
Which free world is that?
Yeah,
I can't think that that's not going to bots will just set up more bots that all that's not a problem for them. So no, I think this is just, hey, we still have too many users on Twitter. We need to get rid of more of them.
yeah. But you hit it. I thought, okay, I'm still on Twitter.
We haven't done enough marketing for Blue Sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, Microsoft Teams is finally nixing its goofiest feature. This is from Fast Company. I'd forgotten this feature even existed until I saw the screenshots and folks, if you haven't looked it up, it basically would do what we are doing here, but it would take out our backgrounds. It would just have our images, and then it would put them like in theater seating or, some in a choir loft or something, so that there's this alleged feeling of, well, this is where you are. I think I saw it used once in like a real meeting, and nobody liked it, and so they didn't do it. And finally, they're killing it.
I never knew that. I've never used Teams, so I didn't know this existed.
Thank God.
But I have to question, why are they removing this feature? Does it cost them something? I mean, it's already there. Why don't, if people don't want to use it, they can not use it. How does it hurt anything to have this feature there? Maybe there was somebody that loved it.
Or
I haven't found them.
Look stupid.
Yeah, I tried it once or twice. We use Teams as our main communication platform.
And if nobody loves it, then why even make the announcement? Just remove it, and nobody will notice.
Yeah, well,
that's one strategy. Yeah, you can do it that way.
Yeah. Oh, Jeff, thank you. Yes, you were ready to buy a Google book until you heard Microsoft was canceling together. Okay.
Yeah. What's the point in getting the Google book now?
I think it's just really uncanny. I mean, I'm looking at the images. It really is kind of uncanny valley weird.
Yeah, it is.
Nobody that's a Vision Pro user can say that.
Oh, wow.
When I say it, I'd like to think when I say it, if it's hit my threshold of uncanny valley, then it's really hit the threshold of uncanny valley.
When I saw it, it didn't add any value to anything. That was the thing I kept trying to figure out is, okay, why, if we're having a meeting, why are some people's backs to everybody else's, even though obviously you're supposed to, you can see everybody, but the metaphor just didn't work.
But you could
all
make
our backs are, it's the same as what we've got, except we've got different backgrounds. I mean, who cares? But if it's so terrible, then I would think, why is Microsoft calling attention to it? Hey, we did this stupid thing and now we got rid of it. Well, just shut up.
You could make a really cool Bohemian Rhapsody thing with your work team, where all of them you're in one. Eric's losing it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm Googling now.
He gets it. Eric, you get me.
Can I take this seriously for just a second?
I don't know. Well, you can try.
Please do not.
You can try.
No.
I think that and we've all witnessed this with Apple, especially, is that if they were to do something like this and they were to just put a feature to sleep, if I can use that phrase, someone somewhere is going to throw it out in some blog or Engadget or Apple News Today or someplace, and the whole world's going to hell in a handbasket because Apple took out double dribbling. So my point is that I think it's be kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't. If they do if Microsoft takes togetherness out of Teams and they don't say anything, then people are going to say they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes. So might as well just be upfront and forthright about it and just say we're taking it out and move on. So that doesn't cost them anything either. I think the reason why they took it out of the Teams platform is that it probably took this is a silly thing to say, especially when I'm talking to Jim Ray here, but it took too many cycles, too much processor impact, and so that's why they were saying we can take it out and do something.
How could it have any
else.
processor impact if nobody was using it?
Well, it's still sitting there inside the code and still running it.
No, the code doesn't do anything if you're not using it. And again, I've never used this, but it certainly sounds like it's just virtual backgrounds where they're cutting it out, which 1, 2, 3 of us are doing right now. And I've certainly seen Zooms where everybody was doing it, and just putting everybody in the same background and putting them in a line instead of putting them in a grid, right? That's all it is, right? It's the people aren't actually interacting or anything. It's just basically what we're doing right now, except it lined the people up in a row instead of in a grid, and it just gave them all the same background instead of having different backgrounds. I mean, we could do that Bohemian Rhapsody thing right now we could all put black backgrounds behind us and start singing.
Mamma mia, mamma mia.
Figaro.
I'm waiting for the rest of
Webb
it.
Was going to be. I did not think Webb was going to be the one that was going to start that.
I'm actually not surprised.
Yeah, now that I think about it.
Everybody put in their Freddie Mercury tights and let's do it. Yeah.
Eric's going to lose it now.
Yeah.
Yep. Good luck getting that image out of your head, Eric.
Yeah. Eric's
you're assuming we're not wearing them now, Chuck.
It's TMI, Marty. TMI. Oh my. This one, I thought this was really interesting, and I admit that I had not even thought about this. Cybersecurity experts warn this common email habit is a gift to hackers. And that gift is using your email address as your user ID. It sounds simple, it's so obvious, and yet did not occur to me. And so I've immediately started changing all my user IDs for those sites that will let me change a user ID to something that is not an email address.
Well, there aren't very many that do that. I mean, I looked at this article and I thought that's interesting. I guess you could set up throwaway email addresses, and maybe that's a good idea, but that certainly makes your life complicated. But there's an awful lot of services, including the one I sell, where you have to give a legit email address, because we won't, the service won't activate until you receive an email and show that you've gotten it. So, I mean, you could set up throwaway email accounts to do that, and maybe that's a good idea for some stuff, but following this advice is going to be fairly inconvenient.
Jim,
and it might be a good idea, but it's not just like, oh, why did I do that? Well, that's how it's set up for you to do it.
Exactly. And that's one of my concerns about using throwaway email addresses, because, and it seems like more and more they're sending me a code. Okay, I'm logging in with my email address. Okay,
Yeah.
we're sending you a code to, which is a variation, I guess, on a two-factor. But yeah, it seems like so obvious that why I guess I've been trained to use my email address unless something says you have to use something other than that. So I don't know. Brian?
Well,
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, it seems like 95% of these things, the first thing they're going to do is send you an email and say, we'll finish setting up your account when you click on the link in the email. So if you don't get the email, then no account for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian?
Yeah, I was going to say one thing that was a little surprising. I was reading the article because as I was reading the top half of it, I was thinking, go with, the sign in with Apple. There's a way to, not have to necessarily use my email address to when generating a new account. But then it kind of even that article kind of warned against that. It said, the caution with sign in with Apple, or it also gave the example sign in with Google, because of how sensitive, if that particular account was hacked, what the ramifications of it. I think I agree though with I saw Barry put a comment in the chat about hide my email might be the way to go. And I kind of that same thing of the equivalency of the throwaway email, something that links to your regular email address, but isn't connected at all. So that way you can get your code. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with hide my email. So
it's I believe it's an iCloud Plus feature.
It's part of my Cup Plus.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. From that
Yeah.
standpoint, yeah.
Mhm.
I thought I'm thinking it was a third party. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what the answer is except to just be aware of this. But I know I've got a number of I've got some services that require an email, and some that would let me change my user ID. But I'm with Jim. I do have some concerns that when it wants to validate me, I still need to give them a way to contact me to validate.
Even if you can change the ID, then usually you have to change it to another email address.
Yeah.
And then it will, and that's even, like I say, my own software works that way.
So is this a time to start pushing back on don't to push Jim, but everybody else? Should we push back on this the way that a lot of us had to? And I know I was one that I pushed back on banks when they said I had to use Internet Explorer to log in. Back in the old.
How did you push back? The only choice you would have had was to use a different bank.
Yep, exactly.
Most people aren't going to do that.
Well,
and I think from these platforms' point of view, they're doing this because it's sort of a way to. I mean, obviously, people can use fake email addresses, but it has to be a real email address, so that cuts down on basically spamming, and it also guarantees that the ID is unique. Makes an easy way to guarantee it's a unique ID, so they don't have to worry. Two people will generate the same ID. Well, that's impossible unless they have the same email address. In which case, you've got all kinds of other problems. So I think that's the first reason why they do it. Is it guarantees a unique ID, right? And there's no other way they could do that. And it also pretty much guarantees that hopefully the customer will remember, like you won't get people contacting you saying, I don't know what my user ID is. And believe me, it even happens now with people like, I don't know what my Panorama account is. Well, it's your email address. Do you know what your email address is? They usually do. But every now and then you'll get somebody like, I don't know what I used.
Yeah.
That sounds like a you problem.
Yeah. Barry in the chat room says another case where passkeys would be better.
Just use
And-
social security numbers. That's a
Yeah.
joke, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, yes, it's a joke. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Brian.
Yeah. Security 101 with Brian
Yeah.
Flanigan-Arthurs.
Yeah.
Eric, this is your time to hit your. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I already did virtually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although it terrifies me when I think back to college that that's the way your grades were posted
All
by
in the
your social
door.
security
yeah.
number.
Yeah.
It's like it was all out there for anyone to grab.
Just whip
Well,
out your
the-
iPhone and take a photo. I'm sure that's exactly what you did back then, right?
Were yours posted with names?
No.
Yeah. So it was just social security
Just-
numbers,
just-
but people
just-
would know their active social security numbers.
Sure. Well, that was your student ID number.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
to Jim's point, that's an easy number that everyone's going to have and
Yeah.
they're going to remember. And so, yeah, good times. Good times. This is just a fun one. If you haven't read it, in an experiment that let Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, and Grok run radio stations, Claude tried to incite a revolution, and Gemini cheerfully detailed tragic events. The article is a riot to see what happened here and how they all ran amok. And so if you just want to have some fun, the only thing I thought was interesting was that they all went in different directions. So there apparently is not a right answer on how to run a radio station.
Well, I think the
You know
right
what else?
answer
There's
is
no
don't
money
let
in
an
it,
AI
so-
do it.
Okay, so Webb has said there's no money in it. Jeff, what did you say?
Don't let an AI do it. That's the right answer for running a radio station.
I have a question. What is a radio station?
It's kind of like a podcast.
Yeah, just with music.
Yeah.
Marty?
I'm going to go to the defense on this. Not that I think you can't just let it run amok, but there are internet stations, basically. And you can purchase space to have that set up. I have one from a long time ago. I was playing around with the technology. And I could set up like a whole system of day parts, putting in different podcasts if I wanted to, and it would run automatically. I could put commercials in there. I could do whatever I want to. That is rather labor intensive. I mean, it reminds me of when I was programming radio stations by hand. It can be a labor intensive process. Using AI to do that for you, or at least to shortcut some of that work by hand, maybe not a bad idea.
Okay.
And dead silence.
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised. I would have thought somebody would have chimed in.
Sure, I'll chime in. Why not? Okay, Marty, what you said makes sense. And using an AI tool to help you with the repetitive, tedious part of setting up programming, sure. Where it doesn't work, I think, is when you say, okay, Mr. AI bot, here's the radio station, make it run, and then you go out to lunch and leave it to do the whole thing.
Oh, you know I'm going to try this.
Oh, I know, and I'm going to be listening.
It's going to be start the revolution without me. I'm headed out the door for a cup of coffee.
Yeah. But yours, Marty, will be wonderfully entertaining.
Yes.
Okay. From Macworld, Google didn't copy liquid glass. It did something even worse. It has now named its version of some of its the smart part integrated into Android, Google Intelligence.
All I can do is laugh.
And 2 weeks ago, we talked about how Android had had copied the liquid glass, certain parts of it for their interface. It just is amazing. It's just amazing that they can't figure this out. New Google accounts. Now this one, Web, go.
I was just going to say, can Apple even figure out what liquid glass is supposed to do?
Maybe they should ask Gemini.
Need a rim shot.
Jim and who else?
Eric, I'm sorry.
Jim and
I
I?
miss you?
Oh, that's fine.
I see what you did there. Well played.
Good.
No, come back. What were you?
Oh, it was like a couple stories ago.
Oh, it's okay. Go for it. No, which one? Do you remember?
It was on the radio station being run by AI. You know, there've been a couple articles now, something along the lines of you can't have friendly AI models because they go bad. Because, you know, if they're instructed to be likable, they're willing to do anything to be likable, and it does not end well. So, you know, they seem to run into problems if there is a goal of making friends, being likable, all the different things where if you're trying to accumulate more people, more business, more whatever else, and then the AI takes that as a prime directive and goes off the deep end.
It's like a play Misty for me thing where the AI starts slashing the picture, your picture.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a deep cut.
So if an AI is being rude to you, it's good.
I do that with natural intelligence. I don't need artificial intelligence.
And I was going to throw a relationship comment in there. No, I think I'll just leave it alone. New Google accounts may only get 5 gigabytes free storage unless you link a phone number. At first, I felt like this was just, a grab by Google to get more information about me. But I've listened to a number of arguments about this back and forth, that it may be a way for Google to limit the number of accounts out there that really are just signed up to have accounts and don't have a phone number to associate, that, they would have to find or get a separate phone number. So I don't know that I have a strong feeling about this, except to say that if you are going to take full advantage of what Google will give you, you're going to have to surrender a phone number. But for what it's worth, I don't recall any spam calls that I could, back when I answered spam calls, that I could directly attribute to having given Google my phone number.
Well, I think the issue, though, is, are they going to allow you to set up multiple accounts with the same number and give you 15 gigabytes every time?
Jim, that's a great question. I don't know.
I believe it has to be a unique number for each account.
That's kind of what I thought too, Jeff, because I've had multiple Google accounts, but I was setting them up with different email addresses for different reasons.
Yeah, I've got 5 or 6. I haven't given them a phone number. Most of them I have probably, less than a megabyte of stuff in them. But
yeah. Well, and we'd all be grandfathered in too. So
yeah.
So
I kept thinking about that 5 gigabytes, and that was the whole load of crap that Apple took because they weren't giving out more than 5 gig with their accounts at one time.
You make it sound like that's historical. Isn't that more than they give you now?
Yeah.
Just everybody is.
How much do you get with an iCloud account? Free iCloud account? Isn't it like 2 gigabytes?
No, it's 5.
No,
it's
5. It's 5?
Yeah.
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 That was my point.
Yeah. So Cletus just joined the chat room. Cletus, good to see you. But his comment is, was going to be quiet tonight, but Chuck's non-comment broke me. What non-comment, Cletus? I'm curious. I'll do it again for you. Spot.
Silence shows consent.
I don't think that came in clear enough. I think you have to not comment a third time.
Yeah.
Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you MacVoices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.